You know, I've been planning to make this video for a while, for the last couple of days, and you know how I made a video about Kevin Simmons, the worst driver ever in the world, and how I mentioned Dale around the end? Well, she's indeed, in fact, the second worst driver in the world. She's just as bad as Kevin, but not as bad as Kevin at the same time. So let's take a look at Dale Pitton. Dale Pitton, when she first came on the show, she was 62 years old and has been driving out in the streets of St. Catharines for 30 years. When she came on the show, she said to Andrew that in 30 years she hit like over 900 cars. Well, she basically said that to us, but not really to Andrew. But Andrew indicated her saying that 30 years plus, you must have hit over like 1,500 cars, 2,500 cars. During your 30-year driving time. And Dale would admit to that. And when she came on the show, she didn't do so good like Kevin, but this time she did pass more challenges than Kevin, but barely, not by much. She passed 3 challenges, I think, on the first season of when she came to rehab. It was like 3 to 5 challenges, I'm not sure, but she still did very terrible. Like Dale, you wonder how bad Dale was. Well, during that challenge where she had to do donuts, you know how in NASCAR they do donuts? Well, she had to do donuts, but she locked her eyes on Andrew, the host, and she said, "Gonna get you," and she actually chased him inside the car. She basically gunned the gas and chased after Andrew. And Andrew was so pissed, he's like, "Get out of the car. No more. No freaking more." And Dale was delusional about how bad she really was. Like, she was so bad that she was nominated by the most people ever in the show. Her whole neighborhood nominated her for the embarrassing title. And yeah, that just indicates you how bad she is. She would constantly say that she's not a bad driver anymore, Andrew. She's a good driver, better than she was ever. And there's that one point in rehab where she desperately wanted to get out of rehab by faking a blood poisoning excuse, where she claims that she had dental surgery to her teeth before coming to rehab, and she's saying that she was swallowing blood. That just sounds like to me that she tries to get out of rehab. It could be true, but it sounds very fishy at the same time, if you know what I mean. When Andrew gave Dale flowers, she looked awfully confused. So that just probably shows you that she was faking it. Also, on the Mega Challenge in the second last episode, she did okay. She did average, so she wasn't bad, but she wasn't good either. She said she hit over 50 things though, but near the end she was doing okay. But she said to Andrew, "I'm determined to be the best driver in Canada." So as we headed into the final drive, she ran red lights, she cut people off, I'm not sure about cutting people off. She stopped on the crosswalk, I believe. She cut someone off who had the right of way, and from where they're positioned, while she or he didn't have the stop sign. While Dale had the stop sign. She somehow was not named Canada's worst driver that year, and you might think, why wasn't she named Canada's worst driver? Because there's another driver who couldn't do the final drive, and that's why they named that guy worst driver of that year, and that was Lance. So, Andrew said to Dale to go get tested on your new license. Get a new license, go test a new driver's license and try to get one, but she never did. So a few years later, Dale said to Andrew, when she came back on Worst Driver Ever, she claimed to Andrew that she was a better driver than before, and when Andrew trusted her by standing on the block where in front of her picture where she had to back in, Dale ran into the foam at the back where she had to park in front of. So Dale came back to rehab, and she just felt like classic Dale. Basically, she had a hard time remembering stuff. She always needed to be remembered, like, she always needed Andrew to always, and like every time she put the car in reverse, she needed Andrew to reinform her about the front end swing and the S turn and etc. etc. And Dale and basically Andrew gave her Bring the title. Her brain is basically her brain's basically a goldfish, like a memory of a goldfish, something like that. And this is where and Dale had a therapy session that year as well with one of the psychologists, but she said to Andrew that that she didn't listen to her, and that in the same episode she actually got out of rehab somehow. She signed out of her hotel and this is a very childish thing she did. She went to her house, she punched her fist through her own house window, and she severed an tendon in her finger. And that disqualified her from the title. Well, the next episode, they brought her back, and that's why she was named, again, runner-up for the worst driver ever title. But I think she should have been given the worst driver ever title because of doing that. Also in rehab, Dale wasn't really that good either. She passed only 2-3 challenges. Dale was basically the same Dale we knew 3 years prior. So that just shows you that Dale Pitton is the second worst driver in the world ever. Or in fact in Canada. The second worst driver in Canada. Now, I'm not sure, there might be a third worst driver of all time I might make in the future, but we'll just get to that point when we get there. I'm not quite concerned about it right now, but still, geez. That just shows you how crazy these drivers can be. Like, she didn't give a damn like Kevin. She didn't give a damn about people safety. She would just go out there on the public road for the hell of it to endanger lives. And she needs to be stopped. I don't know, now looking today, she's 72, 73 years old. Usually, I'm not sure if she's still driving, because usually senior citizens, if they get into that kind of age, the 70s, 80s, they do retire from driving. But still, Dale has been on Canadian roads in St. Catharines for over 30 years. That's just 30 plus years. That's just scary, honestly. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, comment below what you think of her, and I'll catch you in the next video.